From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is OU Football with Jake Trotter. I'm Jenni Carlson. Jake, it's spring game week. A lot of people will be interested in defense at Oklahoma, as always. You wrote Monday in your Football Insider about team speed on defense. Pretty high right now for the Sooners.
Absolutely, and this is not something that the Sooners stumbled into. I mean, this has been a planned effort to gain more speed on the defensive side of the ball to combat the spread offenses that have ballooned in the Big 12. And the way the Sooners have done this is they've created hybrids. And when I say hybrids, that's a cornerback moving to safety, that's a safety moving to linebacker, a linebacker moving to defensive end. Players in positions that they're normally faster than the traditional safety linebacker in. So, for example, Ronell Lewis going from Sam outside linebacker to defensive end, he's all of a sudden a little bit faster than your normal defensive end. And they've traded size for speed in a lot of these scenarios, but these days nobody's running the I formation, nobody's running the power I and trying to run over you. It's all about, can you cover?
Yeah. What about on the defensive side of the ball? Who should people be watching in the spring game, considering all of this move to get more team speed?
Well, the guys I'll be watching, Aaron Colvin at strong safety, I think that's going to be a big key to the defense. They've had a lot of tremendous things to say about the way he's come along in just a couple of months at the position. Really looking forward to see Ronell Lewis. He had a huge end to the season last year after he had that knee injury, played really well until he had another injury and was in the hospital, but seems to be doing okay. And then, I think I want to look at the linebackers, Tony Jefferson, Box, Travis Lewis. This is a veteran group now. They have some pretty good depth behind them in Corey Nelson, Tom Moore, Jaden Bird, Joe Ibeloy. They have a lot of experienced players, and I think that's going to be the strength of the defense, maybe even the entire team.
You mentioned experience. Offense has some pretty salty experience as well. What should we be mindful of on Saturday as we watch the spring game offensively for the Sooners?
Well, I'm going to be looking at the running backs. I think that's going to be an interesting part of this offense. How are they going to divvy out the carries between all these guys? I mean, Jonathan Miller, Brandon Williams, Brendan Clay, and then Roy Finch coming back from the injury. That's a lot of carries to go through those guys. There are a lot of guys to divvy out those carries too. And so, be interested to see, can Brandon Williams help this team this year? Is Roy Finch, is he close to healthy? You know, Brendan Clay, what is he going to bring to the offense? Is Jonathan Miller ready to take it to another level and be kind of the power back on this offense? So, a lot of interesting storylines in the backfield.
How much of a sense do you think we're going to get of what the offense is going to look like in the spring game? Obviously, Josh Heupel, the new offensive coordinator. Are we going to have a good feel for what kind of offense Josh Heupel is going to run?
Probably not.
Okay.
If you look to last spring game, the number one play was the handoff to Marcel Musel off tackle. They didn't run that play once in the fall, so
No.
I wouldn't expect too much of what we'll see in the fall in the spring game.
All right, thanks, Jake. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.